So, here is the lecture number 25 of the finite volume series, and now we will start with the next level of discretization process. So, just to recall where we stopped in the last lecture, we finished the discussion on our iterative solvers. So, essentially the process that we have gone through, we looked at the diffusion equation, we looked at all the numerics related to that, like how the discretization is done on a orthogonal, non-orthogonal, Cartesian, unstructured system. Then finally, we derived our discretized system, and once you discretize the system, you eventually get the linear system, which is in terms of Ax equals to b. And then we had our discussion, or we rather had detailed discussion on different kind of linear solvers along with the properties of the linear system, which are essential for the discussion of the linear solver. So, we started with that, and then we did discussion on some direct solvers, or the rather direct approaches, and those direct solvers made the platform for the iterative solvers. And in the iterative process, we started with the simplest one, and then finally we added the increasing complexity to have better and better iterative solvers. And then finally we looked at the multi-grid system, how one can improve the performance of an iterative solver. So, now we will move to the discretization process of our convection diffusion system. So, if you look at our equation, so the complete equation was of this kind. So, for any variable phi, we had the complete equation on rho v phi equals to delta dot gamma v phi plus some source term. So, what we have looked at it, the discretization technique and everything, we have looked at it this portion. So, we did not consider the transient term, we did not consider the convection term, we just looked at this, and we had our discussion on the diffusion equation, which led to a discretized equation, and from there you got a linear system. Once we get that, we had our discussion on the linear solvers, and from linear solvers we got different kind of linear solvers and the solution pattern, which can get you the solution. Now, we will look at the term, the convection term. So, this is the convection term. So, essentially we will look at the discretization of the convection term. So, though the pattern looks similar, but there are certain difficulties which are associated with the convection term discretization. It is not going to be straightforward like the diffusion term, because in the diffusion term you had a diffusivity coefficients, where if you look at the convection term, the gradient retain the velocity vector. Since the flow field or underlying flow field is associated with the convection term, the difficulties arises. And how you want to proceed? We look at the 1D system first, and then discuss some of this concept, like how you discretize this. Then once we are done with the 1D system, we will move to multidimensional like 2D or 3D. And also here we would like to discuss the orthogonal and non-orthogonal system and the corrections which requires due to non-orthogonality. So, to begin with, one can start with the 1D convection diffusion system. So, this is steady state 1D convection diffusion system without source term. So, we will start with this. So, once we look at the convection diffusion system, then we can move forward. Now, this particular system, if you look at this convection diffusion system, one can find out, since it is in the one direction, one can find out the solution quite easily, in the sense one can obtain the analytical solution of the same. And how do you get that? So, if you have a constant cross sectional area, then the continuity equation or mass conservation equation can be written at rho u equals to 0, which implies rho u is constant. Now, using this, if you look at that 1D system, then one can write from here is that rho u phi minus gamma d phi by dx equals to constant C1. So, C1 is the constant of integration. So, this equation if you integrate, now you rearrange this term. So, one can write d phi by dx or d phi by dx equals to rho u gamma phi minus C1 divided by gamma. Now, you do the change of variable and this guy will, so that you say capital phi equals to rho u by gamma small phi minus C1 by gamma, then this will become d capital phi by dx equals to rho u by gamma capital phi. So, or rather this term will not be there, you will get this. Then if you find out the solution would be in terms of finally that phi is C2 some constant and what you get, and finally when you write down the final expression, this one can on the small phi it will be C2 gamma e to the power rho u by gamma x plus C1 by rho u. So, that is the analytical solution. Now, once you get the analytical solution, you can show in the particular figure how the solution would look like. This is in your 1D system, and if you look at the elements, we still follow. So, the analytical solution we follow the similar pattern, like it is again uniform. You have center C of the element C, ahead of that east, then EE, W, WW, that means you follow in one directions, delta XC would be delta XW, all these are uniform. Then you have the phase fluxes E, where the flux vector, AC is the surface vector, SW is the west side surface vector. So, all these are, and the center values are C, W, WW, E, EW. So, this is how we have followed exactly the similar notation in the diffusion system. So, one said that now the analytical solution between the points W and E, one can write phi equals to phi W at x equals to x W, phi equals to phi E at x equals to x E. Okay. So, one can find out the solution like analytical solution phi W by phi E minus phi W equals to e to the power P L into x minus x w by L minus 1 divided by e to the power p e l minus 1, where p e l is called the Peclet number. So, this is based on L, and which is defined as rho u L by gamma, and L is the x e minus x w. So, that is the distance between these two. Now, one can evaluate the Peclet number and then see how that varies. So, and once you change the, in this particular equation, if you see the solution on the left hand side, it is primarily dependent on the Peclet number, and if you vary the Peclet number, then one can find out how exactly the solution is varying. So, this is how the variation with the, so this is variation with PEL. Now, if you see how the variation is done, so this is the PL 0, so you get completely linear variation. Then as you increasing the Peclet number, then you see the normalized length, how the profile is varying. More and more Peclet number, the profile is getting a, this is the increasing Peclet number, and what is happening, the Peclet number is nothing but the ratio of rho u L by gamma. So, once this is 0, that means there is no contribution from the, primarily from the convection. So, it was primarily diffusion. Then once you increasing the Peclet number, your convection becoming important, or the effect of convection turn, that U on the solution field is getting predominant, and that is why with the increasing Peclet number, the profile of the scalar is getting varied. Okay. So, now we will start with the other portion, is the solution of our convection diffusion system. So, once you do over a integration, so delta dot rho v phi minus delta dot gamma del phi dV equals to 0, that is the equation, and one dimensional case V is ui, that is the velocity vector. So, the conservation equation one can write from here, that Vc delta dot Jc plus Jd dV equals to 0, where Jc stands rho v phi and Jd stands for minus gamma del phi. So, this is convection flux, this is diffusion flux. So, once you transform this one using the divergence theorem, so this guy will become now essentially surface integral Jc plus Jd dot ds, which is 0. Now, one can write that in the rho u phi I minus gamma d phi by dx I dot ds equals to 0. Now, the surface integral, if you put over the fluxes over the faces, this will become f NBC rho u phi I minus gamma d phi by dx I over face dot SF equals to 0. So, that is a very standard discretized. Previously, when we did the diffusion term, only we had this term. Now, you got the convection term in addition to the diffusion term. So, if you look at the surface vectors and then put it back for this 1D element that we have shown, this will become rho u delta y, and so this will become the rho u delta y phi e minus gamma d phi by dy delta y e, this is, and then rho u delta y phi w minus gamma d phi by dy delta y w, which is 0. So, it is in the 1D case we get this kind of system, or the, now we will see how we get the discretized equation. So, we will start with a simplest one is the central difference scheme or CD, which is called central difference scheme. So, we will start with that. So, obvious answer would be to assume some sort of a linear interpolation like what we did in the diffusion case. So, in that case at face, let us say E, the phi x would be some k 0 plus k 1 x minus x c. That is what one can assume. Okay. Now, what are k 0 and k c? K 0, k 1, these are constants and can be obtained at face E. So, now what one can use, actually this face, you can see these elements, and using this face what you can do, that phi equals to phi e at x equals to x c and phi equals to phi c at x equals to x c. So, one can evaluate the phi e equals to phi c plus phi e minus phi c. So, that is a linear interpolation x small e minus x capital C. So, this essentially one can use the Taylor series and find out that. So, if you look at the stencil here which is shown, so it is typically the profile for CD scheme, then my phi e at the face here. So, at this face it would be the arithmetic mean of phi c plus phi e by 2. So, this is going to be, now once you use this and use in the discretized equation, our discretized equation will become like rho u delta y phi at E minus gamma d phi by dx delta y at E equals to your rho u delta y E plus phi E plus phi C by 2, then minus gamma d phi by dx at east multiplied with phi E minus phi C. So, which is essentially equivalent to flux C E phi C plus flux F E phi E plus flux V E. And what are those components? Flux C E is nothing but gamma E delta y by delta del x E plus rho u delta y E by 2 flux F E minus gamma E del y by del x E plus rho u delta y E by 2 and flux B is 0. So, the different coefficients you can obtain. Now, similarly, one can find out for the west phase, and the west phase it was rho u delta y phi w minus gamma d phi by d x delta y w, which one can write rho u delta y w phi w plus phi c by 2 minus gamma d phi by dx w phi c minus phi w, which will be again flux C w phi c flux F w phi w flux V w, and the term which will be there flux C w is gamma w delta y w by del x w minus rho u delta y by 2. Similarly, flux F w is minus gamma w delta y w del x w rho u delta y w by 2 and flux V w is 0. That is what it does. So, what would be the solution? Now, once you put these things, the equation of the discretized equation for the convection diffusion system. So, the equation of convection diffusion system would lead to A c phi c plus A e phi e plus A w phi w equals to 0. So, this is my discretized equation where you get A e equals to flux F e, which is minus gamma e delta y e by del x e plus rho u delta y e divided by 2 E a w equals to flux F w gamma w delta y w by del x w minus rho u delta y w by 2 and A c equals to flux C E plus flux C w, which would be rho u delta y E by 2 plus gamma E delta y E del x E plus minus rho u delta y w by 2 plus gamma w del y w by del x w. So, these are the coefficients for the discretized system. Now, once you get that, another important condition, because it is an uniform 1D stencil, So, you had delta y e equals to delta y w. So, now without loss of generality you can say this is 1 because it is a one dimensional system, and also the continuity system provides, now the continuity provides u is also constant. Thus, what happens that since u constant, rho u delta y at east face minus rho u delta y at west face, this would be 0. And now also what we can assume that uniform diffusion coefficient, which will lead to gamma e equals to gamma w, one can say gamma. Then one can write that coefficients A e would be minus gamma x e minus x e plus rho u e by 2, A w equals to minus gamma x e minus x w minus rho u w by 2, A c equals to minus A e plus A w. Now, you put these coefficients back in your discretized system, then you get the phi c minus phi w by phi e minus phi w equals to A e by A e plus A w. So, this is what we get. Now, since we have assumed, if you assume the uniform grid, so that is another assumption. So, this solution can be written in terms of Peclet number, and like phi c minus phi w divided by phi e minus phi w equals to half of 1 by P L by 2, okay, and where L stands for x e minus x w. So, it is essentially the distances. Now, the analytical solution of this particular problem was also obtained. The analytical solution one can obtain by saying x minus x w by L by setting 0.5 if they belong to the middle of the system. Then the analytical solution was phi c minus phi w by phi e minus phi w is equal to e to the power P L by 2 minus 1 e to the power P L minus 1. Now, these two solutions, one is the discretized solution and one is the analytical solution. So, the analytical solution provides you the exact one, and the discretized solution will give you the numerical solution, and one can see for the variable Peclet number, because this is also a function of Peclet number, this guy is also the analytical solution is also a function of Peclet number. So, one can plot them for varying Peclet number, and one can see how the solution actually varies. So, the plot is, so this is where you compare your exact solution with your numerical solution, and the numerical solution is obtained based on CD scheme, and the Peclet number is varying between minus 10 to plus 10. So, what you can immediately see from here, this is my exact solution, the pattern of the exact solution, this is where my numerical solution provides, which is more like an linear profile which we get from the numerical solutions. So, what is happening here is that at the low Peclet number, if you see, that means this is the region where the low Peclet number region, one can see in this region solution are quite exact, but as you move towards this side, or so this is the region one can see the solutions are quite good, or if you go to either of the side with the increasing Peclet number, the solutions are quite different, in the sense the numerical solution differs significantly from your analytical solution. Okay. So, what it is doing, it is essentially the solution indicates clearly that the assumption used, so the assumption of the linear variation, so the assumption of linear variation which was used in the discretization appears to be unrealistic or unphysical, because in this particular case it does not get you back the realistic solution. So, what is the reason for this? I mean, why is this happening? So, what we can see right now, there is a difference between the numerical solution and the exact solution, and that is happening as we move to the high Peclet number regime. These are high Peclet number region. And why is that happening? So, that can be kind of shown in a schematic. So, first thing that you look at this particular picture, where at the point C, the diffusion, only here we are talking about diffusion. So, at this particular point C, so the diffusion is affected by the upstream and downstream element. So, now the advection process which is shown here, or the convection process is a highly directional process of transporting the properties, because it takes care of the underlying flow field. So, the assumption of linear profile which assigns the weight to both upstream and downstream nodes can be a good approximation for diffusion system, but cannot be a good approximation for the convection diffusion system, because it does not take care the directional preference. If u is moving in this direction, then the information or the scalar is getting transported from left to right, and so information should propagate from left to right with an weightage on the points which are there. And when the information will propagate from this side to this side, then the weightage must be provided to the node sitting that side. But when you assume linear profile or the central difference seam, this does not take the effect of these directional properties. So, if you look at the combined convection diffusion influence, so one can see what is happening to the profile. The zone of influence actually approaches the diffusion region which is displayed earlier, okay, and the advection region which is also depicted earlier. Now, here at low and high Peclet number values, now as long as your diffusion is dominant, the transfer mechanism, the use of linear profile is, so the linear profile assumption is okay for diffusion dominant system, but that is not the case once convection overwhelms over the diffusion. You get this is not good for CD system or convection diffusion system, because now the convection takes over this. So, assuming the flow to be positive x direction, so we assume the flow to be positive x direction, this is my flow direction. So, one can write the possibility of AE coefficient to become positive, thus leading to some sort of an unphysical results. Now, if the flow is in the negative direction, then AW may become positive. So, what one can write is that write an system that minus gamma E delta y E by del x E plus rho u delta y E by 2 greater than equals to 0. This is the coefficients which corresponds to A E, that is the coefficient corresponds to A E. So, now A E to be positive, which means the rho u E delta x E by gamma E to be positive 2. So, if you define the cell Peclet number like P E equals to rho u del x by gamma, and for a uniform grid the Peclet number has to be 2. So, that is the restriction. So, this is called the cell Peclet number or cell Peclet number. So, for cell Peclet number greater than 2, the discretization process actually becomes inconsistent, or as now an increasing and neighboring values will lead to the decrease in the value of C. So, that is why you are getting the significant error when the convection is. So, this situation one can avoid or can be avoided by decreasing the grid size. So, the cell Peclet number is smaller than 2, or you can use some sort of an other scheme which is called the impact of the or upwind scheme, called the upwind scheme, which takes into account. So, one thing is clear by this time, that CD system has, or the central difference scheme has the equal weightage, which has a problem. So, the upwind scheme actually takes care the direction. So, that is where it can. So, now this is what the shows the schematic for this 1D stencil, and this is how the upwind scheme profile look like. So, this takes into account the direction of the flow field, and how it does. Now, what it does is that when the flow is in this direction, that means the fluxes at the faces, if the flow is in going from this direction, then it should take the advantage. So, at face phi E, it should be phi C if the mass flux is positive. That means flow is going from this side to that side. So, that is the information passing or transferred, being transferred from left to right. Or if the flow is in the reverse direction, then the phi E should be phi E. So, when the mass flow rate at this phase is negative, that means at this place phase E, you look at the mass flux, or in turn you try to find out the direction of the flow field, whether the flow is going from left to right. If it is going to left and right, then the weightage of C has been assigned. So, the flux value should be assigned to the central value of that cell. If at that phase the flow is coming from the other side, then the dominance of the upstream cell like E should be assigned. Similarly, at W phase it should be phi C if m dot W greater than 0, or it will be phi W if m dot W less than 0. So, at this phase, if the flow is positive, that means m dot w is going out, then this should be the information. If it is negative, that means it is going in this direction. So, it will only tell you the direction of the mass flux or the mass flow rate at the faces. And so, m dot E, which is nothing but my rho v dot S E, which is rho u S E, is rho u delta y E, and m dot w is rho v dot S w, which is rho u S w minus rho u delta y w. Now, the advection flux at phase E. So, at phase E, the advection flux can be written one can write that m dot E phi E equals to magnitude of m dot E 0. So, it takes care of the magnitude, and then phi C minus magnitude minus m dot E 0 phi E. So, that is how it is done. So, m dot E phi E is written like that. So, which can be also written as flux C E convection phi C flux F E convection phi E flux B E convection. So, it provides you all these coefficients. So, my flux C convection coefficient would be the magnitude between this, then flux F E coefficient for the convection would be my m dot E 0 and flux B convection is 0. Now, what this guy denotes is the maximum of A and B, between that it takes care. Similar calculation one can get for the west phase, which is m w phi w equals to m w 0 phi C minus m w 0 phi w, which is also flux C w convection phi C plus flux F w convection phi w plus flux V w convection, and what we get flux C w convection is m w 0 flux F w convection is minus m w 0 and flux B w convection is 0. So, you get for these different systems the solution coefficients. Now, what you put back everything in the discretized system, and then we get that flux CW or CE convection plus CE diffusion plus flux CW convection plus flux CW diffusion. This with phi C plus flux Fe convection, flux Fe diffusion, phi E plus flux Fw convection plus Fw diffusion, phi W equals to 0. So, here it will lead to the same system of equation AC phi C plus AE phi E plus AW phi W. So, the discretized system will look similar and the coefficients are here. AE is flux Fe convection plus flux Fe diffusion, which is minus m dot E minus gamma E AC by del x E. Similarly, AW is flux Fw convection plus Fw diffusion, which is Mw 0 minus gamma W Sw by del xw. And what you get at AC, which is quite interesting, this is the integration over F. So, you get flux CF convection plus flux CF diffusion. So, that will be m dot E 0 plus m dot W 0 plus gamma E AC by del x E plus gamma W SW by del xw. So, that leads to a very nice property like AE plus AW plus m dot E plus m dot W, which actually lead to 0 due to mass conservation, and the source term or the right hand vector is summation over F flux Vf convection flux Vf diffusion, which is nothing but 0. So, one can see that upwind scheme yields essentially the negative neighbor coefficients. As the continuity is satisfied, it reads that AC equals to minus AW plus AE, which guarantees the boundedness of the property. Now, once you use this continuity information and use the information of continuity and the uniform grid for, so gamma is constant, uniform grid and information of continuity equation is, you can write the phi C minus phi W by phi E minus phi W equals to 2 plus minus PL 0 divided by 4 plus minus PL 0 plus PL 0, which will lead to 2 plus minus PL 0 divided by 4 plus PL magnitude. So, one get the solution in this pattern. So, the thing is that now using the Appoint scheme, what we have obtained is again a solution which involves the Peclet number. So, it would be good idea to see, because previously we have seen that the analytical solution differs quite largely with the CD scheme. So, the idea is to see how they vary. Now, here this is how the Peclet number is varying, and we got 3 different solutions. This is CD, which we have seen earlier. Exact solution follow this curve. So, this is the curve of the exact solution. CD or the central difference scheme, this is Appoint scheme. So, the CD scheme shows some sort of a linear profile, and if you look at the Appoint scheme, it follows the trend. So, now there is a interesting features. Now, but still this region of the low Peclet number, almost all the solution they collapse together. That means the analytical solution is close enough to the numerical solution, but as we move along from this side at the high Peclet number side, the solution are getting deviated from the exact solution. In this case, the CD deviates the most, because the, as we have said, the CD does not take into account the direction of the flow velocity, and we have assumed for CD no direction of flow is accounted for, and it provides the equal weightage to the upstream and downstream node. But in the Appoint scheme, due to that accounting, it provides a proper trend, but at the same time Appoint scheme is also not accurate. There are some differences at high Peclet number zone, and this is expected. Again, this particular feature what we are observing here in this high Peclet number region, this is quite expected. And why it is expected? Because Appoint profile here, whatever the Appoint we have used, this is first order accurate scheme. So, CD is second order accurate. Now, for the first order accurate scheme at high Peclet number values, the CD scheme is unstable and its solution is unbounded, and that is why the solution is for the CD is at high Peclet number, CD provides unphysical solution. Now, on the other hand, Appoint scheme provide some it's actually provides the proper trend. So, the solution is physically meaningful, but not accurate enough. And why is that happening? That is primarily because this guy, the upwind scheme, is first order accurate. So, you have a leading order term which is of delta x. So, this can be avoided if you do some sort of a grid refinement. So, that also applies for the CD. If you do grid refinement, the local cell Peclet number actually reduces, then this band actually can be expanded to this much. So, then you have a slightly flexibility of using higher cell Peclet number to get a solution or the stable solution. But otherwise also, since being in first order accurate, that means the leading order truncation term is of this order, it becomes slightly diffusive. So, that diffusive nature actually creates some sort of an smoothing of the solution. So, you start getting not accurate results. So, what appears from this? One hand you have a second order accurate CD which provides you unphysical results at the high Peclet number. Other hand you have a upwind scheme which provides you physically meaningful result, that means it follows the proper trend, but there is no accuracy is not enough. So, the trade off is between stability and accuracy. So, one hand CD is unstable at the high Peclet number because the solution becomes unboundedness, and that is why you get wrong result, but the accuracy wise that is second order accurate or higher order accurate, and other hand UD or upwind scheme is stable, but accuracy is not there. So, the thing is that this case using the upwind, it is better behaved results you can obtain at the high Peclet number range, but the accuracy is low, and the CD provides the higher order accuracy, but unstable beyond certain level of Peclet number. So, both the scheme seem to be affected by some sort of error or infected by some sort of an errors, and one affecting accuracy while the other affecting the stability. And what are these errors? So, these are the errors which arise due to the discretization technique. So, this is due to the discretization technique or approach that is adopted. So, one can kind of, so one has to keep in mind. So, as we started off that is what we are doing all our discussion in 1D system. Why? The 1D stencil, if you look at it, it will be easy to understand what is happening, and then once we understand the 1D stencil, then we can carry forward these things to or extend this concept to the, because the problem which arises in 1D cases, this will be existing or this will present in 2D and 3D cases. So, one case the always the when you define, so these are the problems if you see you never encountered when you started talking about diffusion system or when we started discussing the diffusion system. Diffusion system does not have this kind of problem. This starts appearing once you have the convection system, because you have an underlying flow field. So, the underlying flow field is going to affect. So, we will see how you can avoid all this and discuss about the other problem in the subsequent lecture. Thank you.